Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Tuesday, the 21st of July. It's 57 degrees this morning. It's supposed to be 95 here this afternoon. You can see that smoke haze. They're talking about it again just because of the wind's changing, and it's bringing all that heat from the east side of the Cascades, which it's just, if you've ever been on the east side of Washington, Oregon, it is unbearably hot over there. And anyway, so that's getting, and along with their fires, that's getting all drug over here. But I think I can say I have a pet garter snake. There's this one snake that's sitting by that old John Deere lawnmower deck that my kid took off about 13 years ago, making a race mower. The mower is still in the shed in there. But anyway, every morning now, the last 2 mornings, it lets me walk right up to it. I can lean right down to it, and you can talk to him. He kind of turns his little head and looks at me, and I walk off, get in the car. When I start the car, he takes off and goes under the deck. And speaking of weird pets, there's a possum at night that comes. He's gotten to where he'll get to the top step on the porch, and Kelly talks to it. And he goes, "You better get off here. The dog's going to see you, and there's going to be trouble." And it goes down, walks down the sidewalk, and disappears out somewhere. Kelly goes, "I think I know why some of the cat food is going quicker than it should. I think a possum's eating the cat food." Kelly sets it out every night, and he comes up. He or she thinks it's a she because it's really big. She goes, "I think it might be a girl and she's pregnant." That's a big possum. But it's weird. That's twice it could come up. Just looks at her, and they kind of stare at each other. And she's seen it walking around the dog pen thing over there a couple of times. That's a big one. It's hard to miss. But anyway, we're going to take the car, despite it's supposed to be like 98 or something in Vancouver. They're saying it could be up to, oh my Lord, look at this. We got all 4 cats all together. That's Leo, or Milo to the far right. That was my son Kyle's cat. And I don't know which one's what. I wish Kelly could see this. One of them is the one that always lives up on the porch. I think it's one in the middle. That's Humphrey. I can't remember the name of the other one. The other one's a kitten that just is never. It's what do you call it? It's just rogue, basically. Won't let anybody near it. That doesn't look good. Looks like it's a standoff going on out there. But anyway, let's roll to the Southland. We're gonna take the car, and I'm gonna park it downstairs in the secured area with the windows down, because I mean that's gonna be hot on a motorcycle too. The biggest thing is getting the heat out of the car to start with, and those earplugs work so good. We're gonna try that, because if we got stopped in traffic, you know, we got easy access to our waters and stuff like that, and plus you got gear on that can get quite hot if you get stopped on a motorcycle. But anyway, we'll roll. Good Lord, I just realized we got here a little bit late. We had some traffic stuff, and so we didn't do the little thing in the car outside. Several customers, you know, most of the stuff's gone down here. The Riker's still here. Anyway, I could have swore I recorded something when I got here. I absolutely did not. If I did, I totally messed something up, deleted it. But I'm doing the fork seals on the GSA. This is a 22. I was thinking it was a 22. The left one was the worst one. I've got it done, but there's some weeping in the other side. Try to get all caught up here. The elbow thing for the you know, I did record something. I somehow or another, I lost something here. Oh well, probably in a rush. But the elbow showed up today. I need to go upstairs and grab that. I don't know if I told you, I did talk about this. So my contact at BRP, the reason this is still here is the media, as they refer to it, decided not to take the Canyon. I think he's got somebody else lined up for it, and he'll let me know as soon as that gets going. It reminds me I need to throw a tender on that thing. Oh, I don't see one. Maybe it's under the seat, or it's hanging out on the other side. Nope, I don't see a tender lead anywhere. Well, I have to put clamps on it and get that battery going, because that's been down here, geez, almost a month now. Yeah, it has been a month. So I guess someone else is lined up for that. And in September, the Redrock that I'm on is going to someone else that's going to also take it on a road trip. And I told him that, I know it's on sport. I told him initially that the alignment was fine, and it was. And if I put it in normal mode, it's off, you can't tell, just everything sags or whatever. But in sport mode, you let go and it starts to drift, and then it starts to bite and grab a little bit more. So, I asked him if it was okay to do alignment on it. And he also wants me to perform a service on it while it's here. It's got as of now, it has all the updates on it, the cluster and whatnot. And ever since Apple did that latest update, the CarPlay works perfectly fine on it. So, and one of the things Apple was talking about was CarPlay dropping. So whatever that was, it fixed the Redrock. This one needs all of that done to it, which means I got to go through 3 cycles of learning the suspension. You're going to send the guy off on a horrible trip, guy or gal, I don't know which. So anyway, what else? I guess that's the update. So he's asking, he said he's enjoying the video so far. Man, I bring this just in case I have a dead day. I bring my MacBook and my iPad Pro and an SSD drive that has the 4th trip video on it. That one's pretty extensive. As it sits, it's like an hour and 40 minutes worth of recorded time. There was a lot that went on that day. It was a lot of beautiful stuff. But as far as I remember, the mics were working okay. I think I might have ran out of batteries towards the end of it. I don't know. I haven't looked all through it. But unfortunately, that was the first full day. And you guys seen a little bit of that when we went out for breakfast and dinner on the 3rd video. That unfortunately, I was hoping that the way I positioned the Mic Mini, that I would be able to capture some of that. And I left my volume on my Cena, so it's literally blasting me in the ears, which I can deal with that. But you only get bits and pieces of it, unfortunately. And I've done something different since then that I think it would hook it up better, but that's not the ideal thing. And one of the things with getting the 3rd Mic Mini was to be able to utilize that for, doing those type of vlogs. Well, unfortunately, the Mic Mini, you can only connect 2 Mic Minis to the receiver. I've had several people ask me, well, why don't you just Bluetooth it to the Action 6? It Bluetooth's perfectly fine to it. Still, I can only do 2 doing it that way. But the range, Bluetooth is such a short range. Now, the technology with the receiver is the type of stuff that it's a lower version of it, but it's the kind of stuff they use for their drones. It's their own proprietary network, maybe, or whatever it's called. And I think I got 1,400 feet is my range when I'm using that. And I don't know what it is with, the camera sitting on the front with the receiver and Kelly being behind me, but I know she was quite a ways behind several times on the trip, and I never lost her. She was always in contact. I never lost her using that receiver. The thing with the receiver, it's a higher bit rate and a higher hertz rate. It's a higher quality recording when you're using the receiver on the camera. I would imagine I could use the receiver remotely if I had a USB-C and a USB-C female to male, and I could mount it somewhere else, maybe in my pocket or something, but I don't want things dangling off my helmet attached to me unless I have to. There's not enough room to put that receiver in the helmet with me. Maybe I'd come out with some kind of waterproof thing, but DJI doesn't make a waterproof door. GoPro has a water resistant door. It's a bladder where the USB-C goes through, and I've been in crazy rains and no water. I call it just absolutely waterproof. Nothing gets through that thing. But they don't have anything like that. There's nothing third party that I know of. But it's 95, and it's predicting 98 for the day here, and pretty much the same for tomorrow. I think 99 they're saying tomorrow, but you can still see that. Well, you get that blue cast because I have the white balance locked for in here, so I apologize for that. That smoke haze is definitely down here in the Vancouver area. I mean, we've seen it coming into work like we did yesterday. Still don't smell anything. It's just, but I mean, it almost looks, ground level out here. It did that way this morning too. Yesterday it was more in the clouds. So I talked to him about, I don't know if he's emailed me back, I've been busy. Talked to him about that fender extension and how much stuff that thing throws out without that on there. I don't want to steal it off of that one because this one's not missing one. Mine was missing one. I don't know what the miles is on this thing. Get a good chance to see where the battery's at too. Hope I didn't let it sit here too long. It's probably not even in that mode. Of course not. Yeah, 11.9, that's too low. I need to get a tender on it. Oh, he has the fog light up here. Oh yeah, he does. That's it right there. It's 2 bulbs in it. I think I knew that. But anyway, whoop. Yeah, I'm gonna let it beep, so I'm gonna bounce out for now. I gotta go up and get something upstairs, and I'll be back. There was no tender lead on it. It looks like it's had a battery replaced. It's very interesting. It's got a Die Hard in it, of all things. But somebody must have been out and about. I never did see what the miles were on. I want to turn it on now with the. I guess I turn it on with the tender on there. It won't hurt anything. But I never did look at the miles. I was more focused on the battery. So got that on charger. Missing the cap for the Schrader valve. This thing does have AC. I don't know if it even has ACS. Does it have ACS? I don't know if I can. It's buried so deep in that cowling piece that you guys seen on the other one, but right away she's throwing the coal to her. All 0.8 amps or 800 milliamps. No, it doesn't have ACS. There's stuff missing there, so she's a manual fill, which I have no problem with that because just one hose, and like I was telling you yesterday, it's very, very reliable. So is the ACS. It may look like they're not reliable because, like I say, so many things come through here. You can't base what goes on here on what your what your expectations are going to be. These things are unimaginably reliable. Just crazy age, crazy miles, and goofy things. And just make sure you don't hear it running all the time. If you do, you'll know when it's running all the time, or it's running sagged. Maybe it needs its ride height thing recalibrated. The old ones, you use what they call the short board and long board. You set it in, buds all. Used to be buds 2, but buds 2 is gone. For us, it goes buds all to buds 3. Okay, that's on the charger. I need to go upstairs and do what I was about to do. there she is. She's all forked up, or at least fork sealed up. They made it to 96, and they adjusted their forecast to be 97 as a high instead of 98. It actually bounced down to like 94 for a little bit. But what's the humidity? 32%? That's crazy. That's super low, actually. But it feels, I seen Siri starting to set herself off there on the watch. It feels so much hotter than that. I've got the old war wagon downstairs here with all the windows and stuff open out there. Sorry about the light again. It's locked in for this fluorescent light in here. So, and there's a nice breeze out there, so at least it, you know, man, I don't know what it was in that car yesterday. That was nuts. But got those soft blue earplugs. So going down the road, and Kelly just going on last night. There's a tub of, well, it's 100 sets. It's 200 earplugs. And it came with one little capsule to hold two of them. What if more than one person? You know, throw it to bone, throw a couple, three little, you know, earplug holders. But anyway, that worked great. Kelly was just like, man, that was so relaxing. She goes, did you notice that you could feel as we were going farther north, you'd feel these little stages of where it cooled off? I go, that's weird you say that. I absolutely did. The semi-trucks, none of that stuff. And it's only 32 decibels, so we can literally have a conversation with each other in here perfectly fine. It's weird how it takes all that, I don't know what you want to call it, white noise or whatever. It takes all that like harshness out, and you can have a conversation. I put them in early. I just wanted to see, you know, they're supposed to be ultra soft. Sometimes when they expand, you know, Kelly, she can get headaches. When she was a kid, she had earaches a whole lot. And if she has earplugs that expand or you know, put too much pressure in her ears, she'll end up with a headache. But they did perfectly fine. She loved it. So then she reveals to me, when we're talking about taking the canyon today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be the big hot day, and she goes, I need some kind of support for my back. I go, you never said a word. I said, well, I didn't want to complain. She goes, I just need a backrest. She goes, if we want to ride, I'm gonna ride flirty. I go, Kelly, that's kind of crazy to burn gas in two motorcycles, and that's some crazy heat, and that big old windshield on that freewheeler is gonna block a lot of wind, and I don't think you're prepared to go without a shield, because the blast in the face, if you're not used to that, you build these neck muscles that you don't realize you have. But when you don't have them neck muscles, about halfway home you're gonna be hurting. So let's just, we'll figure out something with the car. And then we came up with the idea of, you know, grabbing the car about an hour early and just let her sit out there with all the windows open. And thankfully there's a nice breeze going on out there. But it feels like 110 out there. It's just crazy how much hotter it feels. It's weird with the humidity. 32% humidity around here at any point is shockingly good. Look at Cable. He lives about halfway down the freeway from us, and he rides in. But he spent some time at some point in Arizona, and now he just loves the heat. The hotter the better. So, okay. Whatever floats your boat there, buddy. But anyway, that was pretty straightforward. It's weird how long it's been since I've done a set of fork seals on a BMW, and how, I mean, we're just months away from not being a dealer for almost 2 years now. But I got all my spec sheets for, you know, the stuff that was, you know, current, and, you know, the most common ones that came through. So I know all torque specs, all the fluid specs, and all that stuff. And I didn't have to look at a single spec. I know what every single bolt involved with doing them forks. I know every one of them. I didn't even think about it. I did have to look at the oil levels, 145 millimeters of air, with the forks. And I was thinking it was, oddly enough, I think it was 126. I don't know which bike was 126. 126 millimeters. Maybe it was one of the sport bikes, or I don't recall. But look at my spec sheet. There it is. Off we go to the races. So anyway, if it's still here when I come in tomorrow, I do gotta put the ACS bump in that Sea to Sky, but we'll try to take this thing for a quick rip. He has tire shine those tires or something, and obviously he's been riding it, but you don't want to bank in any corners because he's got it all the way around the tires. That is sketchy. Look at that. Boy, that is slick city. Man, you bank that thing to a turn and it's like curtains. Be testing them engine guards out. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up at that. Kelly should be on here in a little bit, and we're gonna leave from downstairs here. All right, appreciate you listening to me gabble on about Spyders and BMWs today. Whatever else I came up with throughout, but I'm bouncing. Well, lo and behold, look who's decided to come tonight. He hasn't come in quite a while. Meathead dog. Ooh, look, the moon up there, that's nice. Don't have our buzzards out here. Probably too hot for them. Boy, that smoke between Vancouver and here, I think it peaked out like around Woodland and Kalama. Man, that smoke was thick. It looked very, very spooky looking. But that's beautiful. The last little bit of sunset. Our sunset's now 8:54. And yep. Every day, it's just clicking back a little bit. Definitely noticing in the mornings, sun's not coming through the windows as early, and once you're gonna get tangled in that great big old blackberry. Look, even Danny doesn't have a fast walk home. It's still like, I don't know, like 87 or something I seen last. So I looked at the deal. The recorded high for here was 95. And I guess the recorded high in Vancouver, it hit 98 at one point. And then they revised the high temperature, which was kind of weird, to 97, and it switched to 97. And it was 97 until we got on the other side of Castle Rock. It was crazy. The heat stayed. But airing that car out was the magic. Can't believe Danny with them baling the hay in the field behind us and all that racket. He not afraid of that. If he hears a snap or a bang, afraid of those. Makes a lot of noise out there. See the equipment slowly moving around. I can't get it to sneak in where you can see them. Is that it almost like he's got a round baler on the back of there. We'll see. That'd be cool. They've never round baled them out there in those fields. But man, sure makes some racket. Surprised that didn't scare Danny. He just tracked her right on. It's like, oh well. But anyway, heat, rain, thunderstorms, and that'll probably be the end of it, and things will go back to normal. So here we go to the goodbye vlog, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Appreciate you listening to my ramblings on up to this point. There'll be a little bit more. And we'll be out, I promise. Well, hello there, YouTube. 97 degrees almost the whole way home.
Oh, she's
That was like the last few miles before we got to getting gas, it dropped to 92. But it's still hanging at 92, which oddly feels good at the moment.
It does.
But yeah, the earplugs and leaving the car outside to air out, perfect.
Yeah.
The car,
100 degrees in here when we got in.
Yeah, we got in, it was just outside temperature inside here, so it was perfect. Just had to deal with the heat, not waiting until you could get down to what the heat was.
Yeah.
Wow, that's brutal. And when I used to have the little thermometer in the element that you can see inside and out, and of course something like something grinding something, and the accurate MDX told me what the inside temperature was. I mean, it could be 118, you know, way up there.
Yeah.
It's crazy what the inside of a car gets to. But on that, we won't bounce.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Wednesday or Thursday.
Yep. All right. We'll see you on Hump Day.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.